Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another fantastic race here at Darlington. We are going to conclude our Darlington Throwback Week here with the second helping of the SimPossible Racing League. And now, once again, second helping of Darlington. We are currently in qualifying, and I do apologize if my voice is sounding a bit off, but I am severely under the weather and understaffed. My name is Carlos Acosta, and right there you can also find my Twitter if you want to know more about what's going on. Today is going to be more of an experimental type of broadcast due to me being under the weather and nobody else being able to help me out here tonight. We're going to be going on a more of a traditional engines-only type of broadcast. So while I am talking now, we won't really be talking much throughout during the race, only with select handful of moments, as well as a special interview with a special driver who will be taking a leave of absence as he undergoes through some surgery. But before we do get to that, we want to go ahead and take a quick moment to mention how qualifying is going. At the top of the board, we're seeing Tanner Sharp with a 28.211, with second place being not that far, I'm sorry, my voice is killing me, not that far back behind Tim Masters and Chris Roberts and Johnny Berardi, currently in the top 5 now, as Kyle Zimmer is taking second. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the rest of qualifying, seeing what's going on. If you're noticing something unique, let's see if we can take a look at one of these drivers with a special scheme. Let me go ahead and make sure that my special scheme software is actually working out here tonight. We're going to go ahead and take a quick moment. We do apologize. We thought we had the special schemes loaded up. And there's one right here. There's a 17 of Fernando Matos getting ready to set up his qualifying lap. As now our special scheme software telemetry software is finally starting to work. We're seeing a 17 with a very, very classic throwback paint scheme. We're going to let you go ahead and take a guess as to who that was and maybe what year it was when this scheme first debuted. But as qualifying is getting ready to wrap up, we should be heading out into the final race of this month here in September. Next week is going to be a brand new month, and this is actually our last broadcast until a week from now. There will be no broadcast on Monday, nor a broadcast on Tuesday, since Tuesday is build day. It's week 13. It's a very exciting time. We're going to get some brand new cars, especially 3 brand new Xfinity cars, brand new 2019 look, including the brand new Supra. So where's the meme with the guy wiping his glasses saying, is that a Supra? Because that's me right now, because I have glasses, and I also have curly hair like that guy. We see the 4 of Nate Cotillo with another throwback scheme. This one actually takes me back a little bit. Going out there, he does have some significant right side damage, so he has hit the wall. So I'm probably sure that these laps are just more for fun than they are for qualifying, because if you hit the wall here, while these cars are tough, you're more than likely going to want a fresh car for your qualifying lap. And considering that he's probably not going down pit road to get it fixed, since he can't, he's more than likely either practicing pit road, which I thought he was slowing down, or just practicing hot laps in general to prepare for tonight's race. We also see AJ Digby out here. He is entering pit road. He also has some right side damage, which is something you will be seeing pretty much all of the race here. We got 20 seconds left in qualifying. Only 8 drivers have posted a total lap time. And we won't really be seeing anybody else. I'm not seeing anybody else that has gone up and gearing up to take a lap, as qualifying is now over. Just 2 seconds of switching over left remaining. Gridding up now, and in a quick moment we will be going through the grid, taking a look at the drivers who posted a lap time and seeing where everybody else is going to line up in general. Alright, qualifying on the pole is going to be the 3 of Tanner Sharp with Kyle Zimmer on his outside. These 2 drivers, they're always fast and always trying to go for the race win. Doug McCollum in the 33 will be riding up alongside Tim Masters in the 9 car. Chris Roberts will be qualifying in 5th, where Fernando Matos in 6th. Billy Wise will be starting 7th with Johnny Berardi in 8th. The other Wise brothers, or telemetry, is no longer working for drivers who haven't qualified. Pardon me, the other Wise family member, father to Billy Wise, Mr. Wise, it's none other than everybody's favorite Tom Wise, alongside Brian Lowhead. Nick Cotillo is going to be in the 4 car with Alan Capers on his outside. Mark Dingman in the 48 with AJ Digby. Rare didn't get a chance to qualify out here tonight, so we'll see how he does. I got my. I said the wrong person, did I? Yeah, I did. I said Tom Johnson when I should have been. That's fine. Tom Johnson will be qualifying in the 57 car with James Safat in the 88. Kevin Cochran will be the last driver to, pardon me, not the last driver to start the race, but he'll be one of the last drivers to start the race. Alongside him is going to be the 20, David Wilson. David will be starting and parking tonight. Unfortunately, he will not be able to fully participate in tonight's races. I'm trying to figure out what name did I butcher. No, I got it right. I got it right. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. Which is another reason why we're going to be doing a very simple broadcast out of here tonight. We also have another special theme. You guys had a sneak peek of it on a Monday, and you guys, anybody who saw the American Sim Racing Series on Tuesday also had a chance to take a look at what we're talking about. But for those who aren't in the loop, we'll leave that a little bit of a secret until we air a couple laps into the race, preferably after a caution comes out. On that note, we're going to get ready to go green flag racing, and going to go radio silence as we just enjoy and appreciate the sounds that these really amazing sounding race vehicles get to do for us. All right, welcome back. And I do apologize for a couple of microphone issues I'm being told that I'm having. We're looking into finding a solution for that very, very soon, but at the moment we'll have to deal with that for now. So a couple laps into this race, we unfortunately saw Johnny Berardi get involved in a serious accident. Accident so serious enough that actually he's back out now, but he was just in pit road, hit the toe, finding himself 3 laps down. But before we do go back to the lead, we do want to go ahead and get ourselves ready for that special surprise. So we'll be right back with the start of this race. All right. Well, unfortunately, in that run, we had another accident that played. It could have been a very nice long run, but we did also see Tanner Sharp lose the lead on pit stop. So now that hands the lead over to Kyle Zimmer, and we'll see if we can talk to somebody. Let's see if we can quickly talk to somebody different. How about we talk to the 57 of Tom Johnson? We rarely ever get a chance to we rarely ever get a chance to talk to Tom, but let's go ahead and bring it out and talk to our good old friend Tom. Tom, you doing? How you doing? You have a copy?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey Tom, so it's still early in the night for you, but let's see if we can dig into how that car of yours is behaving. How's it going over there?
It's tough to get around this place. You know, not one of my favorite tracks.
I can understand that, but so far you're hanging in there and nice even seventh. Do you feel like you can get yourself a couple more spots, or are you content with possibly finish right here in the top 10?
Top 10 finish is my goal, but with 18 drivers, it's hard to say. But
Very well, Tom. Well, we do look forward to hopefully seeing you do pretty well out here tonight. It'll be nice for you to vanquish a track that's very tough for a lot of people to handle. Anyway, it is one to go, and we do wish you good luck, Tom.
all right, thanks.
Alright, that was the 57 of Tom Johnson. We're going to go ahead and go back to green. That was our nice throwback mid-2000 eras ticker, ESPN ticker that I made about a year ago. So I'm glad that got some use again, and we look forward to maybe running that one or two more times throughout the race. But we're going to go back to our standard widescreen, full 1080p resolution here, 16 by 9 in this streak of green flag laps. So as the pace car gets ready to pull it back in one more time, I'm going to go stick around and I'll see you back in the next yellow. All right, Tanner Sharp, this is Carlos Acosta from 3Y TV. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you doing, Tanner? We all know that this is your last race before you have to take a leave of absence to undergo some surgery for a while. How does it feel knowing that this is going to be your last race for the foreseeable future at the moment?
Well, in all honesty, and pardon my French or anything, but it actually really sucks, you know. I've been doing good all season long, and I've been competitive. I've been up towards the front, and not trying to rub it in anybody's face or anything like that, because every single driver in here in this league is talented, and they can fully do capable things in here and win championships and races. But I really felt like that I could have won the championship this year, and now that since I'm going to be having surgery, that's going to take me out. It's a foot surgery. It really stinks, but we're just going to keep our heads up, held high. We got the good Lord on our side. He's going to show me a good path, and right now for tonight, we're just going to try to win this race.
Yeah, and this wouldn't be the first time that something essentially outside of your grasp had to happen for you to no longer be able to contend for a championship. This would be probably the second or third time in this series alone. So it's a real shame that happened. We're going to be going 1 to green quickly. How's your car handling tonight?
Handles good. It's just patient. You got to race the racetrack and not the competition. And yeah, I mean, we have to pay attention where other guys are at on the track. But so far, Will's in here. He's doing a good job letting me know where guys are at right now. So with his support, man, it's been awesome. And now we're going to be coming. We have the 1 to green, so we're getting ready to go here. We just got to pay attention what AJ is going to do, because we can't beat him to the start-finish line. Otherwise, we get a black flag. So he's on older tires. So we kind of got to pay attention to our surroundings.
Of course, and no need for any more added pressure, but we're going to be going on board listening to you and your spotter here on this restart, so keep us a good show.
All right, Will, you got me?
I got you, man.
All right, race fans, here we go. We're going to be coming to the green flag here. AJ Digby on my inside, waiting on the green flag. He cannot go until the green flag actually comes out. So just waiting patiently right now. I'm kind of leaving a gap here so I don't beat him to the start-finish line. If I do, I'm going to have to feather the throttle just a little bit. Coming to the green. Green. You're
good. Car low. Clear low.
Gotta be patient right here.
1 car length back.
All right, I'm not too worried about the guys behind me right now. It's just old tires AJ, so I'm just be patient with him right now. Down the back straightaway I go. Digby's leading. I'm currently in second place. Don't want to bump him in the bumper. Oh, we may have tapped him. Better get underneath him before something incredibly bad happens here. Gonna feather the throttle. Don't watch the track. Here we go. 3 wide right now.
3 wide. Car's high.
We're even more 3 wide as we go down the back.
Still car high. Car's still high.
Intensity has picked.
Trying to wreck. Stay low. Stay low. Still stay low.
Man, I feel like I'm driving 1956 Darlington all over again. Just be patient.
You can move high again.
Thank you.
Back on the track.
Woo, that was intensity.
Car high.
I'm still being patient. I'm
clear
letting
high.
4 car go by. All right, let's get back in line. We're clear high. All right, we're clear high, so we're good. Good job, Will. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let's just be patient here and just take them 1 bite at a time. We got a long way to go. We don't need a wreck.
Car high.
I'm gonna let off early in this corner here.
Still door. Pulling them. Nope. Coming back. And you are clear high.
I did that intentionally just in case he hit the wall, give him a little room.
Yep.
All right, so far, ladies and gentlemen, here on 3Y TV, we are currently riding the 8th position right now. According to my standings here, we got Doug McClellan currently leading the race, Tim Masters in second, and from my vantage point right here, we got a battle for the 3rd spot. The 33 is in the outside wall. We got to be patient right here. Stay low. Spotter says stay low.
Clear high, clear high.
There goes the 33. Clear high. We're okay. And Kyle Zimmer, who actually pinged the wall off turn number 2. Oh,
another
2
one in the wall.
cars
Stay
hitting each
low.
other. Holy cow.
Yep.
That would have been, let me look at my relative here. That may have been AJ Digby on them old tires. Might be catching up with him right now as we reach this green flag portion of the run. Chris Roberge currently in the 6th position. I'm 7th, and Nate Patilia is in 8th. I can't pronounce his last name as I'm driving here. We got a battle for here. Let's kind of be patient here, see what happens. All right, so nothing unfolded. Looks like it was a better entrance for Digby than what it was for Chris Roberge. Let's be patient once again here. All right, hey, Digby might lose a spot. Might be in the wall here. Oh, both guys.
Stay low. Car high.
I just had the throttle. Just
Hanging high.
good. Hanging high.
Still door. Still high.
Oh, we're battling for this spot right here. I don't think this is going to end well. We might have to let him give it to him. We have to give it to him.
Good call.
The reason, well, the bottom line's not really working right now. It's the reason why is because on this, the longer we get into a run, the more the tires are going to set in, and the tighter the race car on exit. That's why we had to give it back to the 98. Carlos Acosta's still here.
He's AFK.
Yeah,
Car
I'm
in the
here.
wall. Stay low.
We're doing good right now. So far, there was a car on the outside wall. That was
Clear
Digby.
high.
Those tires are really setting in right now. We're going to be patient right here. Got a long way to go.
Stay
All
high.
right. Oh, boy. Should I do it? Should
3
I do
wide. Clear high. You asked should you do it while you was doing it.
it? Hell yeah. Man, what a hell of a ride for your last race. That was an Earnhardt move right there.
That was beautiful, Tanner. Thank you so much. We'll leave you to catch the rest of the field on your own terms.
Thank you, Carlos, and 3Y TV. Thanks, fans.
All right, that was the 3-car Tanner Sharp. He's always been telling me that he's been wanting to do this, and I've always said no, this is not a good idea. But you know what? For his last race, I figured let's go ahead and entertain Tanner here a little bit and allow him to do what he's always wanted to do. I'm sure this is not the way that he wanted to broadcast and race at the same time, losing a lot of losing a lot of positions on slight contact and going 3 wide, and having to recover those positions and going back 3 wide again to gain a couple more. So that's good on Tanner, and as my voice is starting to hurt again, I'm going to go ahead and let the engines speak for themselves, and I'll be right back under the next caution. Well, you saw that difference there between the pit stop times of Kyle Zimmer and Tanner Sharp. Maybe go ahead and pull it up one more time. Pretty much over just about a second, pardon me, almost exactly a second. This thing is actually rounded up. So I don't have the exact times on display at the moment, but Kyle Zimmer beat Tanner Sharp, and he ended up beating Tanner Sharp off of pit road. That being said, that was a great run by Tanner Sharp, who lost a handful amount of positions under the yellow flag. But that was some amazing driving by Tanner Sharp, especially while he was commentating. We got some people on the chat talking about how incredible that was. Slimy Drip 90, none other than the owner of the famous 3-Wide Racing League, Corey Lindsay, on chat. Rare showing by Corey himself saying incredible. We also have Gene MCS saying that was intense, Tanner. And that was intense. I was very hesitant about letting Tanner do that, but I'm convinced he's one of the few drivers that are very capable of commentating and driving at the same time. That being said, it's probably going to be a long time before I ever get convinced of allowing somebody to do that again, unless it's Daytona or Talladega. I'm sure Tanner Sharp would have had enough speed to catch up to the 25 of Kyle Zimmer, as we saw the 25 and the 9 of Tim Masters made some contact, heavy damage for the 9 of Tim Masters, who's now currently in 13th and is heading down pit road. Let's get that out of here and wait. Let's go see if we can have a quick chat. Never mind, we're going to go back to green, and you know what, let's go ahead and throw it back one more time to a little bit of throwback. We'll be right back. We are back on our old school theme for a nice throwback event, the last one of the year that we'll be doing. Pacer's gonna get ready to pull off, and now we're back under the next caution. You see it right there, folks. Tanner Sharp unfortunately got that dreaded left front suspension wheel lockup glitch that happens every once in a while. As caution is out, we're going to go ahead and take a look at who that is. That's the 98 of Chris Roberge. Unfortunately, that's going to bring out the caution and wrap up to our throwback team. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened a little bit too far back. Let's go back just a little bit more. I may have gone back just a little bit too far. Exiting the corner, Chris Roberge is going to be giving it just full beam. He's trying to get out a little bit too much beam as he hits the outside wall. Sends it head first into the inside wall. Unfortunately, nothing he could have done there before he rests in the back. I believe this may have been an admin thrown caution, but caution is out nonetheless. As drivers start going down pit road, we're going to go ahead and quickly transition back into our normal theme. We'll also take a quick moment to inform Tanner Sharp of the possible issue he is having. Unfortunately, I do not believe there is an actual fix for this, as I appear to have gone just a little bit too far ahead. Alright, let's go see if we can have a quick chat with Tanner Sharp, and then maybe one more driver, depending on how much time we have left. Hey, Tanner Sharp, this is Carlos Acosta in the 3YTV booth, and it seems like you have that dreaded glitch that occurs every once in a while in these fixed setup races. Unfortunately, what does this mean for you?
It ends our night. We can't get a fix whatsoever, even though we have fast repairs. So it ends our night tonight. It's very unfortunate, but just gotta say thank you to everybody with all their support, love and support. I really appreciate it. We had a magnificent season. This is not the way we wanted to go out. We're not too thrilled right now, but it is what it is right now. Just gotta say thanks to 3YT for all the broadcasts. Perky Pines, thank you for your sponsorship. Will Worsler, thanks for the opportunity for me to drive for him. Will Worsler Racing, Jeff Schmidt, it's all in a great league, SimPossible Racing League. Family, friends, thank you very much for everything that you've done.
Unfortunately, Tanner, it's going to be it for you for a while. While we know that this is not going to end your iRacing career, we will see you back eventually. It's going to take you out of commission for a couple months while you get some much needed rehab on that foot, and possibly a couple other spots depending if that is needed. Tanner Sharp, if you want to hop back into the booth, you're more than welcome to. Same thing with you, Will. And we wish you good luck on your surgery, and hopefully in case you might be able to get that tire fixed.
Will had to go for the night, but there's no way we can get it fixed. It's trapped there for the rest of the night, so that ends our night. We have to bring it to the garage, and we got to call her.
That's a shame, Tanner. It's a real shame. It's not usually how you want it to see, but unfortunately, that's just the plan that's been set up for you tonight, and we anxiously wait for your return in the SimPossible Racing League, whenever that may be.
Thank you, Carlos, and you do a good job every single week in the booth yourself there. But thank you, and I'll be returning. I'll keep social media updated. Follow me on Twitter, Tanner Sharp 26. I also got Facebook too, so some people have me on Facebook. So I'll be keeping posts on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And that's going to be it from Tanner Sharp tonight, as unfortunately a glitch has cost him. But, well, this is the last race of the B car, of the current B car, because next week, the new update, week 13, is going to bring the brand new 2019 Xfinity cars, and we look forward to seeing if that issue gets fixed anytime soon. Pace car is off, and I'll be back under next caution.
Welcome back to 3 Wide TV here for the Darlington Raceway for the SimPossible Racing League. Carlos Acosta is going to take a little break. I changed for a fire suit and not a hospital gown, but into a broadcast suit. As AJ Digby currently leads the race right now. Second place, Kyle Zimmer. James F.A. is going to be in third. Billy Weiss, fourth. And Chris Roberge rounding out the top 5. These guys are set, ready to go, and we had some pretty good green flag runs, but it just seems like some guys fall off, and when they hit the wall, it's kind of like a magnet. The car just sticks there, but sometimes it just knocks it right towards the inside of somebody else. So here comes AJ Digby coming off turn number 4, alongside Kyle Zimmer. Zimmer and Digby have been strong all race long, waiting on the green flag, and we're back flag racing at the Darlington Raceway. Side by side as they head down to turn number 1. I do believe Digby's going to get the lead right here. Here on the inside for Zimmer. He might battle to try a top spot. But meanwhile, there's a driver blinking the backfield. That would have been Doug McCollum in the 33 machine. But so far, he is doing it okay. Single file racing with the exception of the back of the pack racing back here. That it consists of Fernando Matos hitting the wall multiple times. Up towards the front, we're still single file. Digby, Zimmer, Effa, Weiss, and Roberge, the top 5. And speaking of Roberge is under attack from the number 32 machine of Billy Weiss. Billy Weiss tried looking towards the inside, but the better entrance goes to Chris Roberge as they come off of turn number 2. Single file racing still right now. Guys are just trying to relax, get their momentum going. There's a little bit of side-by-side racing in the back of the field, but that actually just now broke up as soon as I look at it. That would have been between the 57 of Tom Johnson and Fernando Matos. And a little, maybe just ahead of Matos is almost 3 wide action between the number 8 of Kevin Cochran and Doug McCullum. I do believe the other one was Billy Weiss. And battle for the top spot is Kyle Zimmer challenging AJ Digby. Now Digby, he's been able to get up towards the front on a little bit of strategy here tonight. Zimmer's been there all night long. Here tonight. See what he can do. Push a little pressure on that number 14 machine. And no, so far he's putting the pressure. Turn 2. Now he's going to look towards the inside. Side by side before the interstate batteries. Toyota with the Ford Miller Genuine Draft. Looks like what an entrance by AJ Digby. He took him right to the wall without contact. Zimmer's trying to still get that top spot, but AJ is not going to give it up. AJ still holds on for the top spot. We have a car on the apron in the back of the pack. Looks like it's a no harm, no foul ordeal. Trying to see who that was as the battle. That was Lowhead. Lowhead's been having some problems all night long. He's 16 laps down. But right now, AJ Digby having a problem. He's going to lose 2 spots here. He's hitting the wall again. I do believe he hit the wall off of turn number 2. And yeah, he did. That allowed Zimmer to overtake for the top spot. So Digby back to 3rd. James Effa is in 2nd. And Kyle Zimmer currently leading the race. So everybody's getting all fanned out here. The biggest battle practically on back for position would be Billy Weiss, 6th. Bill Weiss actually just hit the wall. And Fernando Matos is trying to figure out where to go. Matos is like, man, where do I go? I don't want to run the poor guy over. But now the 80 car is in the wall, and that's what this track is knowing. You have to run that higher line to get the good run off. And man, we got 4 cars. You can fold over a blanket side-by-side racing. This is 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. Oh, ever so close, ever so fast as they go through turns 1 and 2. The fastest speeds is through turns 1 and 2, but you still have to be careful for turn 2's outside wall barrier, and everybody makes it unscathed there. But Billy Weiss was the big one that lost positions. He lost 2 spots because of that whole deal there. Nothing really happening up towards the front. It's still separated by 9/10 of a second. Actually, now it's increased to a 1.5 seconds. And Digby is still trying to gain on EFA for the 2nd spot. That's James in the 88, and more troubles for Digby as he hits the wall again. Really annihilating that right side, but still holding tough. Throughout the field here, as I'm looking for more side-by-side action, nothing really kind of producing. There might be a battle eventually between Tim Masters and Fernando Matos. We got a spinner in the backfield. Trying to figure out who that was. It was the Alan Capers, I believe. But he saved it. He dirt tracked for 4. That was was a good save. Here's the replay on Alan Capers. Looks like he may have gotten loose. I don't think he hit the wall. Oh no, he had a contact with the 4 right in the left rear quarter panel. It's still all Kyle Zimmer. We have a battle for 7th place right now. Billy Weiss went around Tom Johnson, or excuse me, for 8th. Tim Masters. Oh, almost contact between Masters and Cochran, ooh, that was close. Not Cochran, excuse me, Fernando Matos and Tim Masters. I'm getting all my teams here mixed up here. I don't have my live timing and scoring popped up here at the moment, but it's kind of hard to switch all through those drivers here, but I'm doing pretty good from my vantage point here. But Tim Masters is currently riding the 6th position. He's had an up and down night tonight. He's now in the wall again, but he's been up and down that leaderboard. He's led tonight's race. Getting a phone call. Hey, so we can do some stuff here. All right, I had to mute. Sorry, everybody, for the technical difficulties on my end, but I had to get a second replay up here so I can see on the other screen of all the other drivers here. But nonetheless, Kyle Zimmer pulling away with a 3.5-second race lead over James Effa. And Zimmer, ooh, is he having blinking problems? Heavy connection issues for the 25 machine. Yeah, and this might plague him. He was doing so well in this entire race. And now, connection issues are plaguing Kyle Zimmer. And if this is going to be the case here, folks, oh man, he's having big time blinking issues. And this is what James F.O. wants. He was 3.5 seconds back. And I apologize if I have your name incorrect there, James, your last name. But man, I tell you what, if these issues continue for Kyle Zimmer, you're going to be the race leader. Zimmer's ping is extremely high. His quality was really low. Zimmer's still back, according to timing and scoring. James is still in 2nd place. Zimmer still the race leader. And it looks like on Zimmer's part, his connection quality has calmed down. AJ Digby has whacked the wall a few times. Oh, we got a major battle. Car in the wall. Tim Masters going around. No yellow flag. Not enough to bring out a caution flag. But there was a battle between Fernando Matos and Cochran. But here's a replay right now of Matos making contact with Chris Roberge. But look at this. He's going to make a good push on corner exit, and he's going to slap the outside wall, take it to the inside wall. Oh, man, he didn't even hit the inside wall. That was a good save for Tim Masters. With that being said, Chris Roberge just hit the wall. Man, 3 cars just hit the wall of turn number 2. Roberge, Matos, and Cochran all hit the wall off turn number. Roberge still in the wall again. Kyle Zimmer's connection issues have stabilized, so he's back and ready to go. James is probably like, man, he should have disconnected. AJ Digby currently in 3rd.
And Tanner, sorry to cut you off, but my family came through and I got the medicine and I'm starting to feel a lot better. So we're gonna give this one another shot. Tanner, you raced here on Monday, as did I, in another league, and it's a big difference between these 2 cars, but something that isn't different is the amount of times you're going to be making contact with the outside wall. Based off how reliable these cars were on Monday, or the Cup cars were on Monday, how reliable do you expect these cars to be after pounding the wall a couple times?
Well, this, I mean, it's still damage sensitive here. I think it's for any series, realistically. The Cup car is a little more easier to drive due to their air package, and you can practically flat-foot it with the Cup car. Here in the B car, different story. You have to lift in turn number 1, otherwise you will hit the outside wall, and sometimes you do have to burp it coming off of turn number 2. You absolutely do, because the tires are going to wear, and as those tires wear, corner exit is going to be even worse. If you think it's tight on fresh tires, it's worse on old tires. So you really have to baby it. You really have to race the racetrack around this joint and not your competitors.
And you mentioned a really big difference. I have not had any amount of practice here in the car in a long time. And you did race here earlier in the race. Unfortunately, you had to take a DNF due to a glitch. But you also raced on Monday, and you were there Monday. It was flat foot through turns 1 and 2 the whole time. And if you hit the wall on turns 1 and 2, it means that you made a mistake at some point. throughout the whole race, even the old tires just flat foot. Turns 3 and 4 was a different matter, though. How do these cars compare in 3 and 4 compared to the Cup car?
Turn 3 and 4, it's slower, so you take it slower, and slow is fast around those corners. Turns 1, 2, it's fast, and sometimes you gotta be fast. If you're not fast in 1 and 2, somebody's gonna really catch you and gain on you. So you really kind of have to be patient a little bit more with every corner on the racetrack. Like right now we have on screen, these guys are starting to be a little more patient. Hopefully turn 2 doesn't bite them again. Do not want to hit the apron. Looks like a couple guys may have just scraped the wall. That would have been the number 80 there of Cochran and Alan Capers. But these guys, you really have to be patient here. Fernando Matos has actually been really patient behind Chris Roberge, despite all the activity behind him. He's really slowing it down. If you really want to get around this joint without hitting the wall, slow is fast, and you have to be patient. We had an onboard of me earlier in the race where the leaders were actually in the wall. I could have just plowed right through it. But that would have been whoa man, we got more action off of turn number 2, and looks like they got it all ready to go here. But you really have to be patient here, and patience is what got me back up towards the front. Was just patience, picking one car off at a time, let everything unfold here. Don't rush yourself, and that's what you had to do. So, and unfortunately, it didn't pay off for my dividends later in this race, but that's okay. So, but these guys are trying to be patient. Sometimes they're just trying to get the handle, trying to get back to it. And we've seen a lot of that here tonight. Not just myself, but other drivers this evening.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was going through puberty there. Yeah, patience. You did demonstrate heavily. Although there were a couple. I think one major time where you were asking your spotter if going 3 wide was a good idea as you were going 3 wide. So you made it work, and that was one of the last things we did before we let you catch on to the rest. As we have Nicotilla spinning in the track.
Oh
actually.
no!
I thought he was going down Perry Road. Let's go back and take a look and see just what happened. Looks like he may have lost it exiting one of the corners, because let's go back just a little bit further. Here's turn 1 and 2. Did he give it too much beans and hit the outside wall, like what's been going on here, or was this something else that caused him to get loose? He had a little bit too much beans hitting the outside wall and wasn't able to actually get the car hooked up going straight. In this situation, Tanner, the best thing to do when the car starts to brake is to just get off the gas, and that's something it's one of the first things you taught me when I first entered the 3-yard racing league. It's one of the first.
It all depends how you're hitting the wall too.
Oh no!
We got another wreck. Sroberge. And yellow flag does not come out.
I meant Billy Wise, pardon me. So let's go back and
Billy
take a
Wise
look
to pit road.
at the 98. Looks like he was already spinning there. Let's go back just a little bit further. Was there some contact with the 13 of Alan Capers, who currently finds himself 2 laps down? Maybe he's in the apron. And that's something I actually want to talk to you about, as it looks like just a little bit too much beans and hit the outside wall, and once again wasn't able to get it straight and back out before he hit the gas. How does Tanner? How does driving the apron here in the B car compare to driving it in the Cup car? Because in the Cup car, in turns 1 and 2 it was okay, but in turns 3 and 4 it could help. But if you didn't do it properly, we're gonna spin out.
Exactly. Turn 4, it helps you. It helps you on a good side. But turn 2, it's treacherous. If you hit that apron just a little too much and you're still in the throttle, you're going to go straight to the outside wall. That apron is not going to get you loose. You're expecting it to get you loose, but what it's going to do, and the way the banking is progressed here to that apron there, it will slingshot you to the outside wall without a shot of a doubt. Turn 4, it's a little more forgiving because there's less banking there. Even though there is some progressive banking down there, there is less banking down there, and if you're patient enough and you're just kind of riding it and you're just in the gas, you can use that as a little bit of leverage. So, but turn 2 is the most treacherous as far as the apron and the banking.
That's a very interesting point. I have to pick what words I'm going to say, otherwise I'm going to squeak like a teenage boy.
Trouble number 1, Thomas Weiss hits the outside wall and makes severe contact with James. Second place, James Effa. I think it's EFA. I'm going to go with EFA. I apologize if I have the name
Let's
incorrect.
Go back. Am I a little bit ahead or too far back? Let's go back just a little bit more. Oh, there we go. I think that's what it was.
Missed it.
Yeah, I just missed it. And let's go back and go on board, see just what happened.
Right here, I got the run on a lap car right here, and coming off turn number 2. Oh, he's going to hit the wall. Where for me to go? I'm going to pound him in the rear. And that's very unfortunate. That's going to give Effa right front damage, and that's going to slow him down because Zimmer has pulled out for a 10-second race lead, and it's growing intensively.
So while we transition back into a little bit of another, our final attempt at the throwback theme that we put together, Tanner, what type of just difficulties are these drivers facing right now, aside from not hitting the wall and being patient? Is there anything else that could be affecting these drivers?
Old tires and the tightness of the car. It's already tight on fresh tires. Keep that in mind. It's a tight setup. But this track is chewing the tires up. It is chomping away at the front tires, the left front and the right front, and when they wear together, it causes for a tight setup. You're gonna beg for stickers. I tell you what, drivers who have pitted, they're gonna be, as long as they don't hit the wall too much, they're gonna be drastically faster. Right now, Kyle Zimmer, he's out there on the racetrack. The car behind him is on fresher tires. I believe that is Billy Weiss, who is 3 laps down, and I do believe there is a tire difference between the two. And man, close contact right there, coming off of turn number 2
pit road,
between
Digby.
Zimmer and Digby's down on pit road.
This is interesting because Digby is one of the current top drivers. So by top drivers, I meant like in the top 5. So him going down pit road could allow more drivers to also go down pit road. As at the moment, Kyle Zimmer has lapped up to 5th with AJ Digby being left down due to pit stop. So a lot of drivers going down a lap down in this long green flag run. The leaders are well over 34, 35 laps into their run. As we're going to go ahead and enjoy this throwback theme for one last time here in this race for a couple laps before we go back to Wyatt's Green. Tanner, it's what type of memories does this type of theme bring you back to?
Well, I'm looking at the other screen right now, and it reminds me of the old NASCAR on CBS days there, Carlos. I mean, it's very classic. I actually kind of prefer this layout right here over the future layouts that I see on normal broadcasts, with all due respect to all broadcasters across the board in the sim racing league, in all sim racing. But this is just vintage classic right here for me. This is like, I mean, this brings my attention is just them tickers. Tom Johnson on the bottom left right now, as you see on screen, folks. That's what kind of brings my attention. I'm actually watching the race. You don't see this a lot anymore these days, as far as with the tickers that majority of the broadcasters have for sim racing. So this is really cool to have for sure. And I do believe we have the older thing here where it's kind of a little bit more vintage instead of like HD style, but we can still see clearly.
Yeah, a little 4:3 aspect ratio. Although this is a little bit less 4:3 than it is in real life. We have to cover up the iRacing logo because otherwise it would just say IR and it would seem pretty off. But this theme is actually designed on the 2000 era ESPN ticker that I got from Daytona. Actually, I don't remember what race it was. It was either Daytona or it was Homestead. One of those two. It may not have been Daytona
it looks really good.
I spent quite a time last year doing this for the Grid Racing League when I was broadcasting their races last season. So it's pretty nice to get some more use out of this theme. And you know what? I may just go ahead and fix a couple more bugs. Maybe put it out there for the world to use and or bring it back next time by. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying these throwbacks. And actually, I believe I have a list of some of the throwbacks out there. Tanner, why don't you go ahead and take over while I go ahead and search for this list that I was given.
Yeah, absolutely. It's right now on screen. Zimmer, there was some action right here. Right now, the right ahead was Billy Weiss. He was in the wall in the back straightaway. But Kyle Zimmer, absolutely putting on a dominant performance here tonight, man. He knows how to get it done. He's a champion, 3-time champion in the SimPossible Racing League. He knows what to do and how to get things done. And he's contending for this Xfinity Series championship on this SimPossible Racing League side of things. He's one truck in. Now he's just going to aim for that Xfinity Series title, and he's showing why he's the top guy, one of the top guys in SimPossible right now, for sure.
Well,
so I just kind of look.
Well, today, before we do go ahead and take a look at some of these throwbacks out there, which of course we're reaching the 25 throwback. Why don't we go ahead and mention with throwback that we don't get to, we're not going to get to see it for us in this race. Your throwback, Tanner.
You want to know my throwback?
Yeah, go ahead and talk to
Oh,
us.
well,
about
my
your
throwback, I needed a. Well, I was looking for a paint scheme. It's kind of crazy because sometimes drivers run out of ideas what kind of throwback they wanted to run. But mine, I've done a couple Dale Earnhardt schemes, and usually I do Earnhardt schemes at Darlington. But tonight, I decided to go with Dale Earnhardt's 1956. Oh, Kyle Zimmer, almost trouble on the back straightaway. Had to get around Nate Catilla there, but so far everything's okay. But my paint scheme tonight was a Dale Earnhardt 1956 Ford Victoria, the K2 pink car. That was Earnhardt's dirt car back in the day before he even got into NASCAR. That he drove on the local short tracks in North Carolina. So that's what I wanted to do, and we came close to it. It was just flat out pink. Realistically, the paint scheme was just done today, but it was a basic paint scheme, I guess you could say. You need something at last second. It's like, well, why not drive the Earnhardt's old K2 car? And we got a couple more, quite a few good paint schemes here. Nate Cattell is one of them, I do believe.
Pit Road.
25 Pit Road. And
Yeah.
his paint scheme is the interstate batteries. Every time I look at that paint scheme, it reminds Kyle! But that shouldn't really cost him too much. He may have gotten a speed penalty. I got to make sure he didn't.
Yeah, well, you gotta take a look at that. That would be the Interstate Batteries paint scheme from Joe Gibbs. Talking about Nick Catilla for a moment, we were mentioning him as he's in Pit Road. He's got the number 4 Kodak Michael Skinner paint scheme that we're being shown. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 17 of Fernando Matos. I thought he was disconnected, but no, he's still out there racing. He's still going fast, taking names. Fernando Matos Haviland, the very famous Haviland Texaco paint scheme. Now, this paint scheme, at least I'm personally used to seeing the black, majorly black Haviland paint scheme. Tanner, do you have any information about this one?
I don't have too much what he's basing off of. If I have to take a guess, it's Ricky Rudd, because I remember Ricky Rudd in the Haviland paint scheme, or it could be a Davey Allison's related scheme. But either way, it's so great to see it back out there on track, as we have like a Mike Skinner themed paint scheme of Nate Catilla, catching him with fresh tires at the moment. We do have a mom and pop's car. That's Billy Weiss. I do believe Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove that paint scheme years ago. I do believe that was a Busch Series paint scheme. I'm going to have to double check on that. He does have Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet on the side, so. But there's more paint schemes that we have here tonight. One of those guys is the number 20 or 98 of Chris Roberge in the Tide machine. Trying to think who he is based off of. Tide back in the day. Who drove Tide?
Craven, but that's not the scheme I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the actual scheme. Ricky Craven.
And David
But
Wilson
still
also
nice to
has
see.
a throwback. It is very nice to see. David Wilson, who is no longer in this race, he only ran one lap. Unfortunately, he could not continue out tonight. He's actually running an Aquafresh paint scheme. We see the 13 there. That's the Exxon machine. That's the Roddy Burns Days of Thunder style paint scheme. As he hits the wall a couple more times, get himself some heavy damage. Let's see who else we can talk about. We got the 80 of Kevin Cochran with the Jimmy Spencer Camel's cigarettes paint scheme. I believe, isn't that Joe Camel? Is that who the famous Camel is?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I like how he has the Camel going over the rear tires. That's actually pretty cool how he made that happen.
Yeah, that's definitely reminiscent of the old Camel's paint scheme. We no longer see any tobacco-related products sponsoring anything because of the tobacco company and actually making sure they don't get regularized, like I believe beer company But that's a different story and very interesting read or watch if you actually take some time to look into it. Let's see who else we can see. Of course, we saw AJ Digby with the Rusty Wallace Miller Genuine Draft. AJ Digby's currently in 6th. He just passed Tom Johnson for that 6th place position. So it's all a very nice paint scheme. The year doesn't ring a bell, but it is familiar to me.
I do believe it's back in the early Miller, like 1995. I'm gonna guess.
I would have guessed
the
89.
first incident. But yeah, that could be too. I mean, I'm not sure on the exact year, but I do remember Rusty Wallace driving that kind of paint scheme. That was the same paint scheme right there. I do believe when Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace first got together back in '95 at
Yes,
Bristol.
that rings bells. Yes.
So that's my guess on it. I'll have to ask AJ if we do talk to him here tonight. Another paint scheme I did notice was the number 1 of Thomas Weiss. Thomas Weiss, it's a GM Goodwrench Service Plus Chevrolet, but there's something special about this paint scheme. It has Sonic on the quarter panel of the race car. What that means is that Sonic came on board for Richard Childress Racing for the start of the 2001 season. That paint scheme is based off of Dale Earnhardt's 2001 Daytona 500 car. So that's cool to see out there here tonight. So that's a nice slick paint scheme for Thomas Weiss in that number 1.
That's a very interesting thing you mentioned. It's very cool that you're able to notice what year it could be based on like the actual sponsors that isn't the main one. I do the same thing. I'm a huge Jeff Gordon fan, but if I take a look at any of his cars, there's a good chance just by looking at the quarter panel, I can see what year it's from.
You give me a Dale Earnhardt picture, I'll tell you what year that is. I was a huge Earnhardt fan, and plus I also have the caution on the speedway.
Capers.
Number 13 in the Rowdy Burns machine is going to bring out this caution here this evening. Let's see what happened. He was down turn 1 and 2. Oh, he hit the wall. Sideways, overcorrected, still overcorrecting, hits it again, brings out the yellow. Gets off the racetrack, make sure nobody hits him, that's a good thing. On board with Alan Capers. Lucky dog recipient under this caution flag is going to go to Chris Roberge. He's 2 laps down. As long as he doesn't make contact with anything, as long as he didn't make contact with anything, he'll get one of those laps back.
Yep, so we are under caution again. See the 88 of James Stefaw going down Perry Road. This should bring a couple more drivers, and there's going to be a lot of drivers stuck a lap down or 2. So we're going to go ahead and try to get ourselves back up and running while these drivers are going down Perry Road.
Absolutely here, Carlos. And kind of back on the paint scheme topic, I was going to say, I noticed that car of Thomas Weiss and that Earnhardt car. One of the reasons why is because I actually have a 1x24 die cast of Dale Earnhardt's 2001 Daytona 500 car. That's one of my most cherished NASCAR collectibles, because they only made a certain few of them, because obviously Earnhardt only ran 1 race that season. That was the Daytona 500. Yes. But on pit road, James Effa is coming off pit road. He was the race leader. You say Effa,
I'll say Effa. That way, one of us can only be wrong.
Okay, perfect. Effa. Wait,
you're doing it wrong already.
But we got Effa coming off pit road here. Cochran is 2nd place. Kyle Zimmer gets is 3rd. Fernando Matos 4th. Tim Masters rounding out the top 5. AJ Digby was on the lead lap, so he's going to be in 6th place. Chris Roberge gets one of those laps back. Billy Weiss is going to stay on the track. I don't know if he's going to come down pit road right now. Maybe not. He's going to try to get one of those laps back, so that means he might take a wave around and hope for a yellow flag. And we are less than 20 laps to go, which means right now, as James Effa coming off turn number 4, he's going to bring it down with about 16 laps remaining here tonight. And that 88 car get victory lane. I do believe I'm going to have to check out statistics here. So on the caution flag, I will bring up my statistical sheet here. I do have one, thanks to SimPossible Racing League and, of course, Kyle Zimmer for setting all that stuff up. I saw that.
That's pretty cool. Oh,
yeah,
my goodness. That's a lot of work.
A lot of work, but I tell you what, that just shows his pride and his passion for the league itself.
While you go ahead and find that out, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the people in the chat. Of course, we also have Shane Cornely saying, "Sad way to go, Tanner. Next year you'll get this." So you got yourself another fan there in Shane Tanner. We also got Will Worcester Racing saying that he comes back to Tanner in the broadcast booth. LOL. Well, you're more than welcome to join us in here as well if you wish. Also got Flash Gordon, not to be confused with D Gordon, saying AJ Pickney's paint scheme is his mom's favorite. Rusty Wallace from Rusty Wallace came from the early '90s. She loves it.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I believe you're still looking for that. There was an image I saw yesterday, which or the day before, which I'm sure you may have also seen as well from the American Sim Racing Series chat. It was a painting of that very famous moment when Dale flipped his car at Talladega. I believe it was Talladega. Got in the ambulance and then decided to come back and drive it after he got flipped.
Yeah, that's the 1997 Daytona 500.
Oh, it was Daytona. I'm sorry.
Warren. That was contact with Jeff Warren coming off of turn number 2, and as well, it didn't help that Dale Jarrett had a run, and there was really nowhere for Jarrett to go, and he just got in the back of Earnhardt, which really was the reason why he got turned and flipped on his roof. But although it was just a racing deal between Earnhardt and Gordon, actually, there's some stories you could probably find out on YouTube on a previous deal that Earnhardt and Gordon had contact at Michigan one time, same scenario, and Jeff wrecked. I do believe it was under a practice. And kind of same scenario of the 97 Daytona 500, but let's kind of re-round it up right now. James Ifaw is currently your race leader, Kyle Zimmer in second. Fernando Matos is in third, AJ Digby in fourth, and fifth, Tim Masters. That is currently your top 5. Can James Ifaw hold off Kyle Zimmer? Zimmer's been the bad man all night. He's been up towards the front, dominating this thing. Let's see what we can do. James is on the throttle, so is Kyle. We're back green flag racing, back at Darlington. 15 laps remaining, 14 to go. Down in turn number 1. James is not going to get this up. Kyle Zimmer's on the wall. And that was just good side-by-side racing as it came into turn number 1. We got some more racing action coming off turn number 2.
Digby.
Digby for the top spot. I'm James Ifaw. Not going to happen for James. James is just trying to hang on. Maybe he has the long run car, but Digby to the top spot over Kyle Zimmer and Ifaw.
What just happened? We're all dying. What just happened?
I have no idea. I think it was a little more of a conservative move on the 88th part. He really got off the turn. He didn't get a good run. The biggest run came from AJ Digby, man. Boy, he really got a launch off that second corner. And now James, he's still in trouble. He's being under attack from Tim Masters for the third spot on the speedway. He's got the run. Don't want to run the guy over. He does bump him. Yeah, but by bumping him.
For the top spot.
And that's AJ Digby challenging for the race lead.
Oh no!
Contact!
Oh, he's fucking drifting!
And mind in number 13. He's a lap car. He's not bound for position.
Caution
but
is
we're
out.
still bound for
What?
spot. Caution is out.
What? That's the 4 Nick Catilla. Did we just see AJ Digby running in the 90s and hold on to the lead here in Throwback Week? Let's go back and take a look at what happened with the 4.
Oh, the outside wall bites Nate Cotillo once again. But I tell you what, Digby, caution tag practically saved him because Zimmer had a run coming off the corner of turn number 2. Oh, yeah, right. The hard lick for Nate Cotillo. Turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, while we're here, he's been in here for a couple minutes. We're welcome here with Will Worcester. Well, you're free to speak here. I don't know if you've ever done any broadcasting type of things before, but you're more than welcome to speak your mind and talk about what you see here.
I'm just sitting here kind of in awe over AJ's save, man. He did a really good job of implementing some counter steer to keep it on track.
That was a fantastic move by AJ, and yeah, I'm impressed as well. This race has had a lot of fantastic moments by multiple drivers doing incredible feats, well within anybody's skills in general.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's some good driving skill by on AJ Digby's part. That may be a move for the race right there if he can hold on to that top spot. But I mean, actually, he did see Zimmer stay out, so this is going to be a difference on tire. A lot of the guys stay out, so this means Digby will be in traffic. Lucky Dog recipient should have gone to Chris Roberge, despite if he didn't hit anything. And of course, he does get the Lucky Dog, so that's going to put 7 cars on the lead lap. Billy Weiss will not be able to get a wave around. He may have to come down pit road just to stick 4 tires on there, but if he does get a caution, he'll be the lucky dog. So Kyle Zimmer, Tim Masters, and I do believe Billy Weiss, he's a lap down though, so the next guy, just trying to see here, Tim Masters is in second. Billy Weiss is a lap down, 2 laps down, Tom Johnson. Thomas Weiss is a lap down. Bernardi's quite a few laps down. Cotillo's a few laps down. So this might play off a little difference for AJ Digby with the amount of drivers that are a lap down. Cochran and Matos have all pitted too, so that might not be too bad of a move there. Here comes lap cars down pit road right now, but while I have the opportunity here, Carlos, hopefully you don't mind here, but my boss man is here in the broadcast booth right in here. I got to give him a little bit of an explanation. He did leave to attend a little family, and he comes back, and his driver's now on the racetrack. Well, we did get involved in an accident, but we were going to come down pit road and use one of them fast repairs, but iRacing glitched us out with the left front tire being off the car the entire time, and fast repairs was not fixing it, which means the glitch was going to keep us out of the race, so we couldn't do anything about it.
It's a rare visual glitch, and it's visual on all ends. We just see his tire locked up, and he's dragging tire. He's just dragging tire all around the whole track, and it's not the first time we've seen in this league, and hopefully it's the last time, because next week is week 13, which means we're gonna get a brand new iRacing build with brand new cars, including the 2019 updates for all the Xfinity vehicles as well as the Supra. So hopefully with these Xfinity vehicles being brand new cars as addition or as opposed to updates, that should hopefully get rid of that tire locking glitch, unless that glitch is also found on the other vehicles as well.
That's something I've only ever seen one time before, but leave it to happen, to us in our last race here.
It's a real shame. And the last time it happened, I believe it may have been with AJ or another driver, but it wasn't with Tanner, or at least not in this league. But yeah, we're going to go one to green with about, I would say, 7 laps left of racing. Of course, not to mention any possible green-white checkered. Tanner, what do you think has this? Kyle does have 7 lap-old tires.
He does. Freshest guy on tires at number 14, third place. As I had to back out of the iRacing sim here, but nonetheless, I still got under control here. I'm having some quality problems here for whatever reason for the first time here tonight. I'm glad it wasn't happening during the race itself.
At least it's all hitting at once.
Yeah, and we got 8 laps to go here. And Zimmer, I think this might be a winning. If we stay green, it's a winning move for Digby. We have Masters and Zimmer staying out. They're both 1-2. Zimmer's a 25. The fresh 4 tires, AJ Digby. And that's 7 lap difference. And this car is super deep, especially this track eating up the tires. We will see. Just don't spin the tires. You don't want to do that. So let's see what happens here as they come off turn number 4. Side by side, waiting for the green flag. And it's out. Green flag racing. We are back out racing here. A little bit of tire spin on the 25 machine here. Cars beating and banging off the wall. Some guys are spinning the tires just a little bit as they head down into turn number 1. Here's the bumper cam of Zimmer. He's got Digby all over his back bumper. Digby smells
Caution.
for that top spot, and caution is out.
Cotilla, unfortunately, getting involved in another incident here. Let's go see if we can take a quick look at that. Looking on board, he's already getting involved in the incident. I saw some contact with the 13. Let's go back just a little bit further. On the restart, some damage up ahead triggered the whole field, and that resulted in the 32 Billy Wise actually tapping him. 13 actually had nothing to do with that incident. Just the framing on that angle made it seem like he did. Let's go back just once again. Try to take a look on board. I believe that was the 32 when he made some contact. When everybody checked up, yes, right there it is. Yep. No harm, no foul for actually both of these drivers. Just the Ford Nicotilla lost a couple more spots.
Yeah, but I tell you what, man, I don't know if this is the caution Zimmer wants to see, but Zimmer's having connection problems once again. This might plague him. You just never know. But hopefully it gets stabilized. But right now, I think Zimmer's made his bed. I mean, it's just my opinion. If he comes down pit road, he'll be in traffic, and there's not going to be enough time. So he's made his bed.
Well, it's going to be a different story on this restart. Also, if he slips, traction-wise again, this time AJ's going to be on his outside, and that'll be game over.
Just got to be careful for that, Will, too, because you and I talked about it as spotter and driver that I don't want to beat the leader to the line and get that black flag. That's one thing. You just kind of got to, we as a driver like myself, and plus a spotter in the eyes like you, it's something that needs to be paid attention here. So I'm pretty sure the number 14 does realize that he does not want to get the black flag. But I think he's still licking his chops for that top spot. Zimmer's made his bed as Tim Mass.
Anyway, going on, I do not believe this will be a green-white checkered, but should it be one, that would be the first attempt out of 3. This league only allows 3 green-white checkered attempts. no more. But there could be less, of course, if it gets settled in. The way it's going, Kyle Zimmer has made his bet, just like you mentioned it. This is not going to work out for Tim Masters, since he now finds himself in third, and AJ Digby is kind of in the good spot right here. So the only thing that Kyle Zimmer kind of hopes is that he's able to clear the 25 of Zimmer in exiting turn 2, and just hope that either he gets a quick caution or he's able to hold him off long enough for him to cross start finish line. I'm sure that second strategy, it's going to be really, really hard to do, especially when you hold somebody up long enough and slow enough. They kind of have a right to move you out the way, of course, as long as they do it without fully wrecking you, Tanner. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, it's just a matter of being patient about things here, and I think the patience can really pay off and win this race. I mean, we've already seen that tonight on multiple occasions, not just with myself, but other drivers here tonight. So we'll just have to wait, and we'll just have to see here. Zimmer, man, he's gonna feel the pressure. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Masters, he's going to do everything he can to keep himself up towards the front, despite guys with fresh tires behind him. So, not sure if you could see it, Carlos, or not. If we can have a show it one more time. I don't know if I'm going to have. Maybe not. I wouldn't show it because I'm having quality issues here, but that's okay. But nonetheless, one to go this time by.
Hopefully.
Zimmer's pretty much in a spot now where he can't make any mistakes. He has to be perfect from here on out.
And he also has to hope that his internet connection holds on through, because unfortunately, I have seen with my own failing eyes somebody leading pretty much the whole race, and then on the very last lap, they get disconnected and they end up getting a DNF. It's happened before, and it'll happen again, so hopefully this won't happen to Kyle Zimmer. But he does have to hope that his internet can hold out through, because it has been very, very spotty at times throughout this race.
Yeah, my stuff's been very spotty. Actually, as I'm trying to deal with iRacing here, everything's spotty on my end, so I'm going to have to use the other camera angle, the broadcasting angle here. But we have that one to go signal, but I tell you what, we'll hit the nail on the head.
It's the hurricane.
You can't afford mistakes here right now. This is it. I mean, if you make a mistake, your race is done. And Kyle, that might put a little pressure on Kyle right now, but man, he knows what he's got to do. He's got to get going right now. So the moment of truth is about to unfold here as the drivers go through turns 3 and 4.
I'd also say if the lead two get into it, don't sleep on the guys behind them either.
No, I mean, first we could have a first-time winner at that 88, James EFA, excuse me. He might slip away here. Tim Masters, but here we go, off turn number 4, waiting for the green flag. We're back green flag racing.
Good start.
Good start for the 25. I'm spinning this time around. So far, it's a good start, but I'm still curious on those 4 fresh good years from Digby. Oh, he might be able to cut it down coming off turn number 2.
Behind
might
the
get
ball! Oh, he's correct.
That's going to be a yellow. That's got to be a yellow. Caution is out.
Green, white, checker.
Green, white, checker. Wow.
Oh, Zimmer's going to make it interesting, apparently.
Hey, what, man? I don't know. I don't know if I want cautions. I don't know if I want anything. I mean...
Given how bad Zimmer slipped on that first restart, he did really well that time.
He did. I think both drivers really did. But, man, James, he was on a potential win here tonight. He had a race lead. He was leading under a caution flag.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's going to be a lap down. So, first win's not going to come tonight for that 88 camp.
Unfortunately, not this time. And he's taking it to the garage. It seems they're seeing his crew members push it to the garage. Either it's going to be done for the night, which is more likely, or maybe they just got to have a quick fix down in the garage with some tools that they have there. Kevin Cochran going down pit road. He was in 6th position at the time of the caution. Nothing really major, but he is a last driver in the lead lap, so, why not? This could be a string of green-white checkers that goes on to the final attempt, and he could find himself in a position to maybe win this race if he plays his cards right. But going to the front, as you mentioned, Kyle Zimmer, great, fantastic, amazing, wonderful job on this restart. Very, very excited to see him all the way up front, and he kind of was able to clear. He definitely was able to clear the 14 of AJ Digby. It would have been interesting to see what would have happened in a couple of laps if Kyle Zimmer would have started playing the mirror watching game instead. But we're gonna have another restart. We'll see how it goes. It may go completely different now that AJ Digby is getting a sort of timing for Kyle Zimmer. The last time Kyle Zimmer was very, very slow off the restart. This time Kyle Zimmer is very, very fast. So who knows? This one might be the perfect middle for both of these drivers going side by side into one.
Yeah, it might. I don't know. I mean, again, you can't beat the leader of the line, but I think AJ is just waiting for that opportunity for drivers not to crash coming off of turn number 2. If they don't crash and we stay green, I think Kyle's gonna be in trouble. I think those tires are gonna pay off for Digby. But you gotta remember though, when Zimmer tried taking lead, he did make contact with that. He did make contact with the 14. So what goes around might come around for Kyle Zimmer. If he does decide to put that little bumper to him or into that left rear quarter panel of the 25 machine. But either way, the 25 machine is on the hot seat right now. Just trying to fend off fresh tires and a very fast AJ Digby, even though Zimmer's been fast all night long.
So you weren't here. Well, it's been a while since you've been in the broadcast booth, Tanner. And I do not remember if the last time you were here, we were unable to actually have a proper presentation of Green by Checkers because of the update breaking the application we use, which is ATVL. But as of a couple of weeks ago, ATVL has a beta update, and now we are able to do Green by Checkers without it breaking the ticker and without it breaking the lap counter. So as of course you're seeing the lap counter say 3 to go, it's going to continue to say 3 to go until we get onto our green white checkers. And every time we get a green white checker, we switch back to 3 to go. Because right now the race should be over. If we were racing at this time half a year ago or a year ago, the race would be over at this point because we are out of regular.
Or even the last build.
Yeah, even the last.
Or even the last build.
13 weeks ago, yeah. 1 to go, Tanner. I am excited. I am very, very excited. We got a couple of beautiful throwback schemes here, first, second, and fourth, and I don't know who's going to win. It seems like Kyle Zimmer, but he's got old tires, and AJ Digby, but if he makes a mistake, it could be the 98 or it could be the 13 or maybe the 80 of Capcom.
It's very hard to say, but I still think that number 14 with them four fresh tires, he's eventually going to get that run. You got to remember, it's green white checker doesn't mean they're going to come and take the white flag. Green and white flag are going to come at the same time. It's green flag, next time by the white flag, and then checker flag. So technically you're running 2 laps. You got to hold off fresh tires for 2 laps.
And once that white flag comes out, it's going to the end.
Yep, and caution, I mean, in real life NASCAR, the yellow flag, that would mean next flag ends the race. On iRacing, it means if you crash, you crash. All right, moment of truth here. Zimmer, Digby, Masters, Roberge. Interesting. Coming to the green flag. Green flag, another good start. Yep, he's got a good start, and he's just got to try to fend them off. Entrance down to turn number 1. Don't want to walk up and hit the outside wall. Look at Digby. Smells it. Doesn't want to do anything just yet. Wants that run on corner exit. Let's see if he gets it. Car in the wall. Cars are crashing. Here we go. And here comes Digby from the top spot. We're crashing again. Caution is out. Oh. And they got side-by-side for the race delay, but not enough for Digby, and Digby actually keeps it off the wall. But we do have a yellow flag once again here as we go green-white checkered round number 2. See what happened? And oh man, the 9 just annihilated the left rear quarter panel. Totally spun out. It almost looked like a Clint Boyer 2007 wreck, almost getting turned over, except Boyer did turn over. Christian Burrs hard in the inside wall. Tim Masters.
Yeah, I believe the 9 and the 98 made contact and sent the 98 into the wall, and he came right back off into the 9, looked like.
A lot of action going on in that midfield there, and I do believe, I'm going to double check everything here as we went green flag, but the number 32 should get the lucky dog just if he did not get any damage. Did not get any damage, so the 32 car
wow, okay.
will be the lucky dog.
I don't know if you caught that 10 or 25. I was playing some mind games at the 14, cutting it very close to almost hitting that commitment cone there, signifying the actual entry of pit road.
Well, if I was in the 14, I'd be like, you can go down there all you want, boy. I've made my bed, you've made your bed, but you can go down pit road, and I'll just take the race lead and have that clean air. But
I don't know, Tanner. I don't know, because there's only some amount of drivers in pit road, and currently 2 drivers on the lead lap going down pit road. That's 5th place of Glenn Cockrum and 6th place of Chris Roberge. Had Tom Johnson come down there in pit road as well, he would have been 4th, so he would have been 2nd in line in one of the in the outside line. You know, the outside line gets a good restart momentum. He could find himself in a position where all you gotta do is take one corner, and you're finding yourself in either 2nd or 3rd, and take the next couple corners, and you got the lead, because now, when the initial controversy of Cal Zimmer staying out, he had 7 laps of a differentials in tires. Right now, that differential, if somebody was to pit now, would be 17 laps, and with AJ Digby and Fernando Matos, that would be a 10-lap difference. Of course, for Tom Johnson, who we were mentioning, now that I look into it, he may not even have needed to go down pit road, because Tom Johnson, he only has 4 laps on his tires, and that's including yellow flags. So essentially, I would say probably half a lap or maybe 1 lap of actual, proper use, as you can see right there on their ticker. So Tom Johnson might be in a good position at this point. Of course, we also saw Fernando Matos clearing that wreck, getting a couple more spots. He's actually in the same position as AJ Digby. It's just Kyle Zimmer who I really worry about.
yeah, let's just say Kyle Zimmer went down pit road under this caution here. The worst he could probably fall back to is 4th place. And if he was in 4th place for this upcoming restart, I would, if I was AJ Digby, I'd be comfortable with that, because he's in traffic. Zimmer, he's either got to be patient or just go ahead and say, I'm going to run these guys over and to try to get to the race lead. He's in traffic either way. I'm in clean air, I can pull away. But obviously that's not the case right now. And I'm seeing a lot of guys with fresher looking cars out there, as Billy Weiss actually was the Lucky Dog recipient. So we have 8 cars on the lead lap.
We're going to go ahead and bring it up again. If they get if these 2 front cars get to racing, if there's anybody in SimPossible Racing League that can benefit from chaos up front and pull out a win, it's Fernando. We saw him do it at Daytona earlier in the season.
Yeah, Will's got a good point, ladies and gentlemen. That number 17, Fernando Matos. We all know that here on 3Y TV. I was extremely shocked by that. Will was too. Will was actually watching that race. Correct me if I'm wrong, Will, but I do believe you were watching that race in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought I was going to win that race, and all of a sudden, wham, here comes Fernando Matos, and he beat me to the line. So that number 17, he's Mr. Kevin Harvick of this league at times, man. I can tell you that much. And he's sitting right in the thick of things of 3rd place. He's got the shot at winning this thing. It's just a matter of what's going to happen here. We do got the 1-to-go signal. Lone engine in the back of the pack to the number 9 of Tim Masters. So he's going to be limping it. This is a 2nd attempt, and number 9 is going to limp it. Number 13 decides to play more cones. He usually does that. That's an Alan Capers thing. But number 9's actually going to limp this thing home here tonight as he blew his engine. But we're still going to go green flag racing here. Let's line it up. Kyle Zimmer, old tires by 7 laps over AJ Digby's tires. Behind them, Fernando Matos, and I do believe Tom Johnson on the 4 fresh tires. I do believe that they didn't come down pit road this caution flag. Nope, they stayed out. So they do have a couple of laps on their tires too. Let's see what happens. This is going to be interesting. Like Will says, if the top 2 guys get together and that 17's in 3rd, watch out, and all the way. Wow, that was a good restart by Digby. Look at Digby using a little bit of side draft to pull him back just a little bit as they head down to turn number 1. Good entrance for the 25, good entrance for the 14. Still side by side. 14 may have to burp it here. I don't know. He's not going to let go. Into the outside wall goes AJ Digby.
Oh!
He did not burp it. He just went all the way for it. And this is a little bit of leeway for Kyle Zimmer.
Pretty big advantage for the 25 of Kyle Zimmer, as the way it's going, even with that big of a gap, I think he's pretty good. He's got this, as we are now white flag racing, wrecking in the back.
It's a white flag, no more cautions, but that 17 challenge for the 2nd spot. But here comes AJ Digby. Can he have enough? Can he have a good run? I don't think it's going to be enough. Kyle Zimmer holding it off. Down the back straightaway. We're in turn number 3. The Interstates Battery, Toyota, the old Bobby Labonte scheme. driven by Kyle Zimmer, is going to go to victory lane here tonight at Darlington Raceway.
Man, he was Mr. Clutch in the last couple of laps.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That was awesome.
AJ Digby second. Fernando Matos, third place. Kevin Cochran fourth. Running off the top five, Tom Johnson.
Yeah, we saw Chris Roberts wrecking it on the backstretch on the last lap. Lost a couple spots, one or two spots, I believe. Congratulations to the 25 Kyle Zimmer. I will say he had us all fooled. We really didn't think that had this thing gone green without any issues that he would have won this race. And man, did he call us all liars. And we will never forget what's going on here tonight. Congratulations to the 25. Gonna help improve his points position and bring home another W here for his race team.
This will mean this is the 11th career victory in the SimPossible Racing League for Kyle Zimmer. And what a show he put on here tonight. And just for the B cars this season, Kyle Zimmer, this is his third win on the year. Last time Kyle Zimmer has led on double-digit laps in the B-Car Series this was at the Chicagoland Speedway. Otherwise, he's led no more than 8 laps in a race. But tonight, he definitely tallied up the leading laps. That's going to go to the statistical column, as well as his wins. Burning it down. And of course, all the drivers can burn it too if they would like. Pretty good burnouts by Fernando Matos on the front straightaway.
Gotta love the community burnouts in the Simple Racing League.
You don't see that in other racing leagues, and actually usually you get in trouble for doing that. I'm not even joking. But, this league is it's a very nice thing. They all
a lot of camaraderie.
Yes.
It's something you see here every week, especially when somebody blows an engine either after the race or during the race. You're usually going to see somebody pull up right behind, sacrifice a spot or two, and just push that driver all the way down pit road to their pit stop. We've seen it many times, and I'm sure we would be seeing it today as well. As actually, we may be seeing it now as an NGA may have also blown his engine.
Well, he did get involved in the last lap accident, so I do believe he would have some engine damage. Plus, he was doing some burnouts too, so he probably did burn it out.
Well, let's go see if we can have a chat with our third place finisher. That would be Fernando Matos. Let me go see if he is currently on the chat, and actually he is in the team speak. Fernando, do you have a copy?
Copy.
Hi, Fernando. So you ended up getting a very, very nice third place finish after avoiding a very late end incident. Getting away squeaky clean and finishing in the top 3. How was your night overall here today?
Night was good. Pretty difficult to overtake, but my goal was to keep the car clean, and I did that most of the night. Not many wall taps, which I think helping me to put on good position at the restarts.
That's great to hear, Fernando. Getting yourself a nice top 3 finish, and I'm going to try to pull up to see where we are going next week. Next week it's going to be very interesting because next week will be the first race with the brand new 2019 updated vehicle. So you're looking forward to that? And if you are you going to stay with Ford, or are you going to switch out to a different manufacturer?
Well, who knows? If Chevy or Toyota come up with a nice offer, I may just change. Who knows?
Very sorry, pardon me, my voice is dying. Very interesting, and you know what? We'll keep the suspense up, see what's gonna go on. I know you're excited. We're not racing again until literally a week from now on Wednesday. It's just gonna be very fun and exciting, Fernando. Before we do let you go, do you have any shout outs you want to give out here tonight?
Yeah, let me give a shout out to Benna, who is going into surgery. Man, we are praying for you, Tanner. We hope you get better soon. and we love you. We love racing with you, and we cannot wait to see you back on track because you are a great driver and a great friend, my man. So yeah.
Tanner, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, Fernando, you're a great guy, man, and it's fun racing with you on the track. I really appreciate your comments. Thank you for your love and support, and as well as the SimPossible Racing League as well. I'm going to be back out there. I'm going to be better than ever, and you and I are going to get the racing again. If you can cut through the grass at Daytona one more time, try to sneak a victory away from me.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Fernando, do you have
Yes,
any
sir.
final shout-outs you want to give out?
Yeah, shout out to my parents, to my sister, to my friend Max, to anybody that watching the race. Yeah, shout out to you guys at True Light TV. Thank you for how you do for us. Yeah, looking forward to next week. New car, baby.
Yeah, baby, new car. Thank you, Fernando. Great third place finish for you, and yeah, we look forward to seeing everybody here come back racing as soon as they can. So thank you so much, Fernando.
Thank you, guys.
All right, next up, we're gonna have our second place finisher now. Tanner, Will, who wants to take this next one?
I'll take it.
All right, let's go ahead and bring up the the second place finisher of AJ Digby. He is right here. He is getting out of his car and he is washing the sweat from his face.
Yeah, I caught up with AJ Digby, and AJ, I'm joining the booth here after my incident down turn number 1. But man, what a heck of a race for you overall. But I gotta say this: second place at Watkins Glen, second place at Mid Ohio, second place at Road America, and second place here tonight. Is that win coming? And overall, how was your car here tonight? Because it seemed like it was on the tight end, just like how mine was. But just seemed like you. If you wouldn't have hit that wall of turn number 2, I bet you would have got that run. What do you think on 25 of Zimmer?
Yeah, car got faster as the day went on. It was my first ever race at Darlington in any series here on iRacing. So it was very much just trying to learn as I go, watch different people, gather different lines, and over the course of the race, I definitely got faster and faster where I was able to actually contend there at the end. I had a better long run car. There were 2 points where it looked like a real long run might be happening, and it would have played out a little bit more in my favor if that would have happened, but cautions ended up happening, and then on, I think it was the second or the first green-white checkered chance, I was actually side by side with Kyle going into 3-4, and would have had a chance to battle him going to the white flag, and so I wish that one would have played out, but yeah, I had a good restart on the very last one, and then just I kind of had to send it. If I couldn't hold on to the outside, there was no chance I was going to be able to catch up and beat him there. So just had to go for it. I knew that I was in a position where if I did hit the wall, it wasn't going to hurt me enough to drop me back into third, fourth. But I'll take seconds each week. Obviously, you want to win each week, but at the end of the day, I'm gathering a lot of points. I'm kind of getting myself safe and building up momentum for the playoffs. None of the last few tracks have been ones that I would love, and the few that were, like Mid-Ohio, I got wrecked out on, so just nothing that was in my control. But of the races that I've been able to have control, I come away with second place, and it's very consistent from me, and I'm fine with it all the way up until Homestead.
It just means the win is coming. The more you're competitive up there, the more you're getting them great finishes. That win is just coming. It's right around the corner. But before I get to that next topic about a win around the corner, since we're going to another track next week, which is Indianapolis, I'll talk to you about that here in a second. Is tonight here at Darlington? What was the hardest thing about Darlington here tonight? Was it more the car? Or more of the car than the track, because it seemed like the cars here tonight were extremely tight, and you had to drive it differently as the tires wear off. You kind of had to burp the throttle just a little bit to avoid hitting the wall off of turn number 2. You had to be really kind of patient and slow down 3 and 4. What was the challenge for you tonight?
The biggest challenge for me was just actually driving this track, being that I had never done it in iRacing. It took me a while to get used to it. It definitely seemed like the absolute number one challenge was to try to keep the damage off the right front, because once you got even a touch of a wall on the outside, right, then you just got super tight, and 3 and 4 became basically a nightmare. But as long as you could keep the front end clean, it felt really good, and it's a track that I really enjoyed once I actually got into the rhythm of things and was able to get going there. So basically just tried to keep it off the wall as much as I could, but there was only so much I could do, getting bounced around on the rear and getting drove up on the side. But it's Darlington. It's such a small track. I mean, it's a big track, but it's such a thin track. It's so hard to be able to even hold your line, let alone not come up into the track and people. So, and at the end of the day, I was able to keep it clean enough to come away with second.
Yeah, absolutely. And Darlington is one of those toughest racetracks on a NASCAR circuit, in my opinion, especially getting on pit road and the green flag pit stops. Well, let's kind of move forward here. We got Darlington out of the way, and now we go to one of your, in my opinion, one of your racetracks. You love the Indianapolis Motor Speedway because that's the next destination for the SimPossible Racing League's Xfinity Series, Indianapolis. And I know you're a tough guy to pass there. You just know that line, and when to get in the gas, you just know that track. How do you feel about your chances at Indianapolis on capturing another victory here in the SimPossible Racing League?
Well, Indianapolis is, like you said, probably my best track. It's basically my home track. I've been in the Indy 500 so many years, and the line at Indy is basically second nature for me. It doesn't matter what car I'm driving. I feel like I can pick it up right away. So it's a track that I'm hoping to have a good finish on, but there's a lot that can and probably will happen at Indianapolis. It's mostly a one groove track, so track position can be key, but it also has a lot of tire wear and very much a momentum track. So depending on how things play out, you could make a late charge from the back if you're on fresh tires and other people aren't. But it's a track that I absolutely love, and I've been eyeing it on the calendar for a while. So hoping to go there and get a good finish, and again, just accrue points and feel good going into the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm telling you, if you can win Indianapolis, you do got momentum riding with you. And I know you still want to win a championship here in the SimPossible Racing League. But AJ, thanks for taking the time to talk with us this evening, and best of luck in the future and all the races, especially at Indianapolis next week.
Yeah, thank you. First off, I want to give a shout out to my parents. I know that they checked in and watched a little bit. I ran the Rusty Walls paint scheme. That's my mom's favorite driver, and so that scheme meant a lot to me. I was glad I was able to put it up towards the front at the end of the night. Wasn't sure how tonight would go. Thanks to everybody in the league for the great racing. We had 18 cars out tonight. That was fantastic. You guys for the broadcast. I'm excited to go on and watch certain parts of it later. And Jeff for putting on this league. I'm real excited for the rest of this series and how it's going to go, and hopefully win my second championship here in SimPossible.
All right, you heard it from the good man himself, Mr. AJ Davey. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us, and we'll see you next week, or 3YT. We'll see you next week at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yes, that's
all right.
That's where they're going to. I wasn't able to pull it up. Thank you so much, Tanner. Will, is there any chance you want to go ahead and give the winning driver an interview?
I'll give it a try.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and bring in Kyle Zimmer now. Quick mention: Kyle Zimmer is very hard of hearing, so I will have to type to him exactly what you are asking him. So expect a bit of a delay after you give your question for him. And once again, don't forget to ask him for a shout out when the interview is over.
Yeah. Sitting here talking to our winner, Kyle Zimmer. Kyle, I was wanting to tell you, man, you did a good job. You was battling for the lead pretty much the whole race, and I was wanting to ask you about the last portion of the race, running on older tires than AJ, with him starting on the first restart behind you in third, and then eventually starting on the outside. It seemed like you had a slip up on your first restart, but you managed to put it together, and you was basically perfect from that point on and was able to get your win. Why don't you walk us through how that worked out?
Yeah, it was kind of good race and wild race. But first of all, I want to apologize to Cam for the beginning race. Kind of miscommunication in one, and I thought I was gonna let him go, and he was gonna let me got into one bad shape and trying to back up, and we kind of got in touch and went balls. I want to apologize to him. Anyway, and for the rest of the race was pretty fun, and the old tires. The last part of the race was multiple yellow flags. I was definitely worried with Adrian might pass me because I know he were side by side, and I think he'll pass me by turn 3. It was definitely tough to hold them off. Hold the tires because I know the tires were definitely left apart. Was able to manage and put away.
He was breaking up there at the end. It was very hard for me to hear the last part.
That's fine. Just move on.
Yeah. Do you feel coming into this race? Did you feel like he was going to be able to compete for a win at Darlington? Is this one of your stronger tracks?
I was definitely confident after the truck race. A few days ago, I won the race, and I was definitely confident. But I was also able to be challenged with tight conditions because I noticed race station definitely really tight, really pushed. As we had a cooler, the temperature of the track changed to light transactions. Definitely freed it up a little bit. And more than I was not able to. Darlington has been pretty good for me. This been definitely a tough track, but it's fun track, and definitely want to be not to only the corner spot and hit the wall, and really has to be careful almost every step.
Well, moving on from this race and looking forward on I believe the next race on the schedule is Indianapolis. How do you feel about that track looking forward to next week?
Indy is part of it's a really fun track. Definitely gonna be a challenging track as well. It's gonna be lots of unknowns with new racing. I just really wonder how to handle it. Definitely track. Hopefully go back to that win with it.
Well, Kyle, you put on one heck of a performance here at the end of this race tonight, and congratulations on your win. And wanted to ask if you had any shout-outs you want to give out here before we let you go.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to shout out to you guys and Rewind TV for broadcasting this. I also want to thank you for creating this thing. I just wanted to thank everyone who participated and Monday night races, and I also want to thank my for the invitation and a win. And
Well, that was your race winner, everybody. Kyle Zimmer. Anybody have anything to say to him?
Yeah, I mean, he did a fantastic job all night long here. That was Kyle Zimmer taking the checkered flag, and he's ready to go for some Indianapolis racing next week for the Xfinity Series side as well. But Carlos, I do believe you're the one that's caught up with Mr. League organizer Jeff Schmidt.
Yes, as I see him is about to dive into some of that Kevin's famous chili. Don't know how he got that, especially off of the carpet, but he has that. So before you do dive into some of that, Jeff, man, another race down in the books, and a fitting end to a final time will be at Darlington, I believe, for this year in any of the leagues that we are broadcasting. But Jeff, just overall, how was the night?
Yeah, the race was amazing. It was a great race. A lot of close action, man. As you guys know, it's not easy to go side by side at Darlington, and we've seen some awesome racing tonight, side by side action. A lot of guys being quick. We've seen a lot of single car spins too, and unfortunately, a lot of times that doesn't throw a caution, especially when you spin under the racing surface there. So a little bit of struggle for some, a little bit of awesome racing for the rest. I mean, it was really good. It was awesome. Everyone had a chance at the end there to come back with the late cautions and the green-white checkers there. It was anyone's game, and Kyle once again showed some dominance tonight and being able to hold off that first position. Our last champion of 3 series, winning again tonight, sweeping Darlington weekend. He did an amazing job tonight.
Pardon me as my voice is cracking again. I am just sounding like a prepubescent teenage boy, pretty much all broadcast. Anyway, Jeff, moving on to Indy next week, and we had a private chat earlier today mentioning or talking about just the changes that would be happening in next week in general, considering that week 13, brand new build, brand new Xfinity cars, and this is not an update, it's an actual new car. These current cars that we were seeing race today for the final time, that we'll be broadcasting them, they'll be marked down as a history vehicle in iRacing, which means you can no longer drive it in any section. So that's going to bring in a new added challenge of having to get everybody, making sure everybody gets their car set up and ready for next week at Indy. How's all that challenge going to be happening for you?
Yeah, we're going to do great with it. You know, we're hoping for iRacing to kind of get their stuff together with the Xfinity Series and the B-Car Series, whatever you want to call it, and to get these setups to work a little better here. And hopefully with these new cars, they'll be able to figure out how to do that, because as it is now, these cars are just too tight, and almost anyone can attest to that. Even someone that likes a tight race car, I think, could tell you the same thing. So we're hoping to be able to make it at least a little more challenging and a little more even throughout the field for those that like tight and loose race car. There's not a whole lot you can do with these cars currently to get them a little more loose or free, whatever have you. So looking forward to it. I'm absolutely looking forward to the new Xfinity cars, and hopefully that will entail a new kind of package with iRacing with the setups. Hopefully they'll work on them and figure it out. Everything has been awesome, and it's not a cut down to iRacing, but there's definitely more to be desired with the Xfinity setups that they produce for the fixed series.
Very well said. And before we do go ahead and let you go, and enjoy the rest of your week. Do you have any shout outs you want to go ahead and give out?
For sure. You guys up in the booth. Tanner, thank you, Tanner, for helping out in the booth today. Man, you did an awesome job. Unfortunate what happened to you in the race tonight, but we all support you, man, and with what you got going on here coming up soon, we all have your back, man. We're here for you. Anything that you need, we're here for you, and we're going to wish the best for you, and hopefully you'll be back racing with us sooner than later, man. We love you, buddy. Thank you, Tanner, and everyone else, Cameron, yep. Peter, and yourself, Carlos, for broadcasting for us. It's been an amazing run, and you guys have been there from the start. We're truly blessed to have you on board. Got to thank the drivers, of course. Without them, it wouldn't be nothing. So, thank you to the drivers. We only hope that everyone has a good time and have fun, and so far we're doing a good job of that. So, if nothing else, everyone's having a great time, and it's been nothing more than worth it for running this whole show. I've had a blast doing it, and I'm very blessed to be able to, man. It's been a great thing, and it's my pride and joy. It really is. I love these guys. I love every single one of them, and I wish nothing but good things for every single one of them. So, got to thank their families to help them out, to make it possible for them to race. You know, a lot of these guys need a little bit of help here and there, and they got family to help them out with that stuff. And, you know, living with a disability in the family is not always an easy thing to do. So, thank you to the families that help out. Thank you to everyone that views the broadcast, whether live or later. We see out there, man, it's great. Everyone that watches these things, to show your support, to watch them, it's truly amazing. Make sure to give 3 Wide TV some love, because they've really they've helped us out a bunch. Everyone that's donated to us for our SimPossible 500 event coming up September 14th, thank you so much to all those companies. We'll go into further detail about them when we do that event, and I'll be right up there with you, Carlos, if you'll allow me to. And we'll be able to give everyone the shout out that they deserve that's helped us out.
Pardon me, that's great to hear. It's going to be a very fun month next time by, and I believe there was another event that you wanted to mention.
Yeah, absolutely. The first event coming up here, September 7th. PCDC Team Brit and SimAbility event. Check that out. We got 4 cars running out there, 4 teams, SimPossible race cars, HPDs at Silverstone for 6 hours. Go check that event out. We're definitely going to be sharing that stuff as well, so make sure to check that event out. Carlos, you're going to be driving in one of the cars. We're excited to see you drive and represent SimPossible as well with us, so very cool thing. Thank you to Paul Davies for allowing us in, and to be able to play a commercial and spread the word of SimPossible as well as race in it. You know, just racing in that event is pretty awesome, so we're very blessed to be able to do that. September 7th. It's a Saturday. Mark your calendars. We're going to be racing that race. Of course, our SimPossible stuff, we'll be sharing that event. SimPossible _ Twitter, SimPossible Racing League, Facebook. Jeff Schmidt, you can contact me anywhere. Anywhere you find me, contact me. SimPossibleRacing.com. If you're a driver with a disability and you want to sign up for the league and come race with us, go to SimPossibleRacing.com and fill out the sign-up form at the bottom of the website. And we'll have you out here racing before you know it. Have a good time with us, and yeah, it's been a blast, man. It really has. I'm looking forward to what we can do with the league and how we can hype it up even more to bring more people in, to get involved in this, and it's really just been a great time, man. I'm blessed to be able to do it, and I love helping these guys out, and you know, having the friendships that we have, and everyone making friends with each other. It's been more than worth it. Even if we didn't race, it'd be more than worth it what we've already done. So just thank you, everyone, and have a great night, man.
I think thank you so much, Jeff. I can't wait to see what more can be done here. But before we do go ahead and let you go, we got a couple things we need to take care of, such as the final race results. Now, this is a very big field compared to what we usually have of 18 drivers. Tanner, I don't know if you want to go ahead and take the top 10.
Yes, sir. I can definitely take the top 10. Kyle Zimmer goes away with the victory here tonight over AJ Digby. Great one for both drivers here tonight. Fernando Mastos, another driver that had a great run. It was in the thick of things right at the end, but he's going to have to sum up with a solid third-place finish. Kevin Cochran with a fourth-place finish here tonight. Good for him. Tom Johnson as well with a top 5 here tonight. Billy Weiss got back on the lead lap, but he's going to have to end up with a sixth-place finish. Chris O'Burge could have gotten more with the top 5, but unfortunate accident off of turn number 2 puts him in the 7th position. Tim Masters in 8th. Alan Capers in 9th. And Nate Catilla comes out with a top 10 finish here tonight.
That's true. In 11th place will be Johnny Berardi. 12th place will have Thomas Wise. James Ifa or Efa, I believe it's Ifa, will be finishing 13th.
It is Ifa.
Ifa, yes, okay. We are so sorry, James Ifa. 14th, we're going to have Doug McCollum. 15th will be Brian Lowhead. 16th, unfortunately, will be our co-commentator here tonight, Tanner Sharp. 17th will be Mark Dingman, and 18th will be David Wilson, who unfortunately had to take care of a couple of things and was only able to complete one lap. So that's going to do it for us out here tonight. But before we do let you go, we got a couple shout-outs to give out. We just want to go ahead and thank everybody here at the SimPossible Racing League for doing what they do and giving us the motivation to broadcast these races. Everybody here is magnificent, and it's a pleasure to do these broadcasts. I want to go ahead and thank Corey Lindsay and everybody from 3 Wide Racing League, not to be affiliated, of course. We just all come from that league, for just giving us a platform to get us started. I want to go ahead and thank SimTV for providing the wonderful cameras that you are seeing here, and I also want to thank Thomas Morris from OCR TV for helping us out with the theme that we've been using for the past couple months. I want to thank my co-commentators Tanner Sharp and Will Worksler for hopping in. An impromptu last-minute thing that initially turned out to be one commentator for only cautions and a couple incidents, and ended up being a full 3-team package at the very end once I took some medicine, which I believe is starting to fade now. But want to go ahead and thank everybody who helps us out. And before we do let you go, once again, if anybody who's in Florida or close to Florida, please make sure you guys get yourself prepared for that upcoming hurricane. It's probably going to be hitting us as a Category 3. I'll be making sure I'm prepared here because we run our broadcast here in Miami, Florida. We're not going to be in the dead center, but anybody who's around that area, please get yourself prepared. Don't wait till the last minute because there will be hours of lines here waiting for gas. And One last thing, once again, before we do go, we want to go ahead and wish Tanner Sharp a very, very successful surgery next week. Tanner, man, it's gonna be a while before I see your voice. I hear your voice again, and we look forward to getting you back very, very soon and to have a very successful surgery. Tanner, do you have any shout outs you want to give out?
Yeah, let's first and foremost thanks everybody, and I'm talking to everybody as a whole, family, friends, leagues. I mean, everybody. It's overwhelming support. I can't thank everybody enough. 3Y TV, thank you guys for broadcasting this SimPossible Racing League, getting these guys, not just me, but these guys on the map as well, and it's really shown here tonight. We just put on one of those classic Darlington races, despite some wrecks here and there, but that's just the nature of racing, and that's the nature of Darlington. Thanks to Jeff Schmidt for putting on the SimPossible Racing League. Without him, SimPossible wouldn't really exist here today. He put together this deal, and we got some great drivers. This is the place to come to if you have some sort of disability, so please contact Jeff for all that information, or go to SimPossibleRacingLeague.com. Will Warsler, thanks for the opportunity for me to drive for your team, and as well as the Perky Pints sponsorship. That was a really cool deal right there. It was really cool to represent them, and hopefully I can maybe represent them in the future once again. Thanks to family, friends, all the fans. I got some fans shout out here tonight on 3Y TV chatting, so thank you very much for all the support. I'll be back in the future better than ever and trying to win races, and hopefully we don't have anything coming away to where it doesn't take us out of a championship. So really looking forward to the future. I'll always update social media on how things are going, so please stay tuned for that within the next, I guess you could say 6 weeks. So surgery's next week Tuesday, and I'm gonna see. I'm not guaranteed that I'll be able to watch next week's Indianapolis race live, but I'll definitely pop whenever I get the chance. I'll go on YouTube on my Xbox, because I'll have my Xbox with me. Go on YouTube and watch the SimPossible on 3Y TV. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless, and I'll be back before you know it.
All right, thank you so much, Tanner. And this is actually going to do it for us. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight, as I think I've given it all here for me. And we look forward to seeing you exactly 1 week from now with 3 brand new cars, including a Supra, and at the very famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So thank you so much, and stay safe, everybody.